Today we will talk about NFTs, and the first topic will be NFTs and DeFi. After that, I'm going to show you how you can mint 10,000 NFTs at home. And after my presentation, Károly will talk about the legal perspective. Yeah, I'm Dave. I'm a web developer at Upshot right now, and I have own projects like NFT Basis or NFTs in English. And yeah, basically that's, I will talk about Upshot more because it's an NFT company, so pretty exciting. And yeah, so yes, let's talk about NFTs versus DeFi. But wait, do we really know what is NFT? I'm wondering if like how many people are there who heard about NFTs, like maybe everyone, but please put your hands up if you heard, if you think you know what is NFT. Okay, that's great. Then I won't talk about the basic stuff, but I think there is something interesting about what is NFT and what is not an NFT. Like the definition says, NFTs are unique cryptographic tokens, blah, blah, blah. And I think everyone knows that. But so the thing is that, sorry, I can see my slides. So imagine if there were only one piece of Bitcoin, what is undividable. Should we call it an NFT? I guess yes. So according to this, we can assume that if there is something what is unique, then it's an NFT because it's non-fungible. But then there is something you can mint the same NFT multiple times. So we cannot say it is fungible, it is non-fungible because it's unique, because you can mint the same thing multiple times. And then there is another perspective. Bitcoins are unique in a way that they have different histories. So let's think about that. Are Bitcoins really fungible? Because every Bitcoin was mined in a different location, in a different time, and then used by different people. So in theory, Bitcoins can be, or we can say that they are not fungible every time. And I have an example for this. Yeah, and a meme made by me. I'm very proud on this. Is your car fungible with mine? They are the same. Why not? We can change cars. You have the same car as me, so yeah, it's fungible. Let's change it. But if you crash your car, it becomes non-fungible, right? I don't want to change my car to yours anymore. So I think, and you can basically ask any. Sorry, I was too fast. So you can basically ask any criminal if his Bitcoin is fungible, because Coinbase will block it. So you need a service what mixes it, and that basically without it, this Bitcoin, what is like leaked from an exchange hack. So someone hacked this Bitcoin. This become a blacklisted Bitcoin. And so of course you can use like Wasabi wallet to mix with other Bitcoins, but that's another story. So what I think is we are asking the wrong question. We should not ask if it is fungible or not, but we should ask how fungible it is or how liquid. And yeah, basically that's what I think about this situation. And so let's make it clear what is then a non-fungible token. technically, an NFT on the blockchain is unique because it has a unique hash. Like it's a unique piece of code, and you cannot make the same again. So technically, on the code level, every NFT is non-fungible, even if you mint the same picture twice. And NFTs cannot be divided, except if you try to make it liquid. You make a DAO, for example. You can basically create a normal token or a normal coin what is backed by an NFT, like Circle minted a token USDC what is backed by the US dollar. You can make a token what is backed by an NFT, and then you can divide this and you can own a half NFT. So this is how you can make basically a non-liquid NFT a little bit more liquid. And yeah, that was the philosophical perspective. I hope it was not that boring. It's my fault, and let's talk about other perspectives. So what are NFTs? They are different depending on who you ask. If you ask a developer, they will say it's just an old code standard we start with, and yeah. If you ask an investor, like for example an OpenSea investor, we don't know what is NFTs, but we make a centralized platform and we collect 2.5% fees, so that's really cool for us. And if you ask an artist, he will usually say, yeah, NFTs are a gold mine, but actually I wasn't able to solve any of my NFTs yet, so yeah. And if you ask a trader, he will say, I hate gas fees. Yeah, I'm mostly a developer, so I can only show my perspective. And so I would like to just talk about some basics, how we store an NFT. So the thing is that storage on the blockchain is expensive. You don't want to store tens of terabytes of data on the blockchain because you just can't. Blockchain is blockchain because a lot of computers are running it, and you can just fill all of the space on the world storing images on the blockchain. So that's why we do not store the image on the blockchain. But we either don't store the metadata because it's smaller, of course, but it's still data and still costs a lot of money, especially on the Ethereum chain. So what we store on the blockchain is just a link, what points to the metadata, and the metadata that points to the image. So basically you have three pieces of data, and the first, the link, the pointer, we can say it, is the smallest, what is pointing to the bigger data. But then we have a really good question. Where do we store the other two? Basically, the ERC21 standard doesn't require anything, just a link, just a point, a URL. So you can store anywhere you want, on your server, on your potato, or like OpenSea, you can store all the NFTs on Google Cloud, because why not? We love centralization. So yeah, basically, if you think about this, OpenSea stores all the NFTs, not always the original, but they always have a copy of all the NFTs, and they store it on Google. And what you see in your MetaMask, all of the pictures, your NFTs, you basically see it, you download it from the Google servers, all of your NFTs. Why it is a problem? Of course, we can say we trust in Google, but we cannot trust in any potatoes. And if a hacker wants to change your image, who has access to the server, so let's say I store the NFTs on my own server. I minted it and I sold it to you. And then I own the server, so I can change the image, I can change the metadata. So basically, I can make your NFT gun. I want to show you an example. The founder of Signal made an NFT what look different depending on where you are watching. Like if you open this NFT in OpenSea, you see this picture. But if you open on Rarible, then the image looks like this. It's the same NFT. You can see in the URL, like the other. So the contract ID and the token ID is the same here. It is the same NFT, but it looks different. If you buy this NFT, it will change again, and you will see a shit emoji. Yeah, so, but we have a solution for this. We need to store the hash of the data. So basically, with an algorithmic function, you can prove that if the data is changed. And so we can store a link on the blockchain and we can store the hash too, but we can also combine together because IPFS just works like this. If you, it is your data identifier, it's generated from the data. So if you change the data, this will change too. So you can make sure the data stays the same. And basically you can also access the data with this hash. So you solve the problem and you only need to store this hash on the blockchain. But there is another problem. Even if we have a unique hash and we can be sure that it is our NFT is not changed, it's the same since we bought it. If no one stores it on IPFS, IPFS is like torrent. You need a seeder. If there is no server or there is no anyone who is storing your picture, then your NFT is lost. It's obvious. If you delete the same picture from every computer, it's lost. And so even if we can use IPFS, we have the problem. We can solve it easily. We can pay others to ping our, to seed our image, and we can also seed ourselves with my laptop, for example. But usually people don't do that, and usually people only store their NFTs on one IPFS node. So basically, your NFT is still in one computer, and it's basically still a centralization problem. And that's when I'm looking at you guys, Filecoin, Swarm, and Siacoin, and the others, MadeSafe, Storgy. We have a lot of storage coins, but so let's just say they are not perfect yet. So we talked about the problems of NFTs and the basics of DeFi, but I still don't like it's not full screen. So what is DeFi? I won't talk a lot about it, you already know. But I made comparison who are new to DeFi. It's basically you have access for financial stuff without centralized banks or centralized custodies. So you can lend money, borrow money, transfer money, and do things like that. Why it is? It can be a big stuff if NFT and DeFi meets. And I really see the future there, because NFTs are great. DeFi is awesome, but if we bring those together, it will open a new whole world. And so why I say this? Because you can already lend money on NFTs and earn yield. So let's say there are two parties. You have some Ether and someone has an NFT, and the owners of the NFT needs liquidity, long-term, a short-term loan. And basically I can say, okay, I give you the money you need, but you need to put your NFT as a collateral. And if you don't pay back the loan, I get the NFT. You can do it. You can, of course, you don't need a centralized authority. You can make it on the blockchain in a smart contract. So it works well. It's just risky a bit. You can also swap your NFTs in liquidity pools. This space is just starting to boom. So I would say 1 year ago, all those things weren't a thing. So this is really new, and I really hope the market will just make better products, because like it's not perfect yet. And renting NFTs is also a thing. Like in the real world, you rent a house you live in, but why can't you do the same in let's say sandbox or in any metaverse? If I need a land for a month, I don't want to buy it, I want to lend it from someone. And yeah, basically it's not that easy as it sounds, because we need to change smart contracts to be compatible with that kind of thing. But thanks to the blockchain, it is possible theoretically. Yeah, just a small disclaimer. If any of you start lending money on NFTs, it is risky. And I made a course about not to lose money like this. I'm happy to help you free. We can talk about it after the meetup, but please do not start to lend money without any research or something, because it is really risky. Oh, yeah, and it's my YouTube channel. There is some info there. So back to the topic, what can NFTs bring to DeFi? For example, lending, but how do I know how much should I lend? Of course, not more than what's the price of the NFT. But wait a second, how much an NFT really worth? It's a hard question, because we know how much a Bitcoin worth, because people trade Bitcoin in like every second. You know the exact price. But NFTs rarely change hands. So it's pretty hard to say which NFT worth what amount of money. But we have some metrics, like especially for big collections. We have floor price, trade frequency, trade volume, and trades, and stuff like that. Why don't we use this data to predict the price, or to appraise the NFTs? And yeah, basically that's what we do at Upshot. I just want to mention this project, because I think this really helps just bringing NFTs to closer to DeFi. There are other projects, of course, but I work on this, and we also have a table where you can see, according to our appraisals, how much or how over or underpriced an NFT is. And it is already like helping whales who are looking to buy NFTs. They just click the difference tab, and they will see the most underpriced NFTs. Yeah, so why I think it is important for the future. Basically, those stuffs, what is already available and you can do, great, but I see a much bigger, much brighter future. I want to buy my first house as an NFT, and I can't wait to just make it possible, because I think it's really cool. Just you can buy a house in 1 minute, and after I have this house, I can basically lend Ethereum, and I also, like, as a web developer, I have a lot of domains, web domains, like, you know, web page domains, and how cool it would be if I can lend money with my domains, or how cool it would be to own my domains and sell it on Uniswap, for example. And I'm not talking about ENS names, because they are great, they are like working, but I want to see like domains what I can use in the browser without any extension, without any other software. So I'm looking at Google Chrome, Firefox, they can make it happen. And yeah, music, videos, films. You just talked about someone who earned more with his or him music NFTs than he earned on Spotify. So it can become a thing.
Can you go back one slide? Can we have questions?
Sure.
So, like, what kind of data does Upshot use to establish the price of an NFT? Only on-chain, or like, how do you establish the price of CryptoDigBot number? I don't know. Or can you talk about it? Or is it...
Yes, of course. Short thing, it's a black box. It's a machine learning. No one knows it, even our developers.
What kind of
but
data or features?
Yeah,
only on-chain data, or...
On-chain data is not enough, because basically what you have on-chain is some transfers, sell price or sell events, and basically that's it. What you need is, you need offers, you need like other metrics, what are only available right the moment on OpenSea. It's our really big problem. Like, most of the NFTs are only available at OpenSea, but OpenSea is really closed. They have some APIs, like for programmers, so you can read the data with your code, but if you want to, so they have some for the Ether chain, but if you want to read Polygon or Matic NFTs, you are fucked. They will return a big nothing, a big zero. So OpenSea is really closed, and so what we do is we crawl all the data what is available. We don't appraise Polygon NFTs because of this problem. We only, and it's right now it's pretty slow to onboard new collections. So we have some hundreds of them, but not all the NFTs. Yeah, was it a great answer? Cool. So yeah, that's what I want to see. I imagine if you have a festival ticket, you know, for example, you buy a Balaton Sound ticket and you want to sell it, you can, you just go to the Uniswap interface or any other, maybe it's not a liquidity pool type of thing, but it can be actually. So you can sell it in a day. Or imagine if you have a sound ticket and you can lend money, you can borrow money. Right now, if you go to the bank, you go to the OTP and, hey, I would like to lend like just only $100 on this ticket, they will laugh at you. It's not a thing. But why can't you lend money on all of your assets? Your ticket, your Balaton Sound ticket is your asset. And intellectual property is also an interesting topic. won't talk that much about, but let's say if you have a book and you have the rights to print more, so you have basically intellectual property of your book, why can't you lend money on it? Why can't you sell it to someone? Stuff like that. So yeah, and if you are still awake, it's time for any questions. And after the questions, we will mint some NFTs. I will show you how the whole process looks like.
Well, first of all, thank you for the speech. So in terms of real estate, let's say, there are rules in the sense that you cannot tokenize this real estate itself. And I guess it's the same with other type of assets. So do you see that as changing anytime soon, or the governments really say, okay, like that, you cannot sell a piece of land to an NFT?
Yeah.
So the governments are kind of blocking that.
I don't think like legal rules will change soon. The world doesn't work like that. Maybe Karol will talk about, he knows more about that. But what I think is, I'm not sure if it's possible. It's a question to you. Like, okay, legally it's impossible to sell a land as an NFT, but what if you write a contract about this land belongs to the holder of the NFT, and the NFT owner owns it like for 1,000 years or for 100 years, stuff like, I don't know.
Which is the category of those, you can go back on the previous slide, which is the one where you think there's a bigger business opportunity in terms of market size?
Oh, sorry,
games. Where
games?
do you see the biggest like upside in terms of the market? Is it games, NFT, is it music, is it domain? You know, like what do you see?
Yeah, that's a great question. Let's imagine I said two years ago, I said I see the biggest business opportunity in pixel monkeys. You should laugh at me. So I have no idea, but I definitely think, like in the real world, you have some fungible assets like your money, but you have more non-fungible assets in your pocket, in your house. So I think non-fungible tokens are important on the digital level too. Your answer, which can be the biggest business opportunity? I don't know. Real estate, like there are already real estate companies selling NFTs and tokens, but it's not that big yet. Virtual land, metaverse. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the metaverse, but I downloaded the Sandbox game. Guys, it is not a good game. It can become a good game. They know what they are doing, like everything. They have a really good NFT marketplace. They made their shit, but I played for 2 hours and I got bored. So there is plenty of room for improvement. About Facebook metaverse, I can imagine what they will do, but I would like to see something more open source, open-minded protocol. Basically, I think just Facebook will make a centralized, closed platform, which can be big, but that's not the future I want to see, you know. Festival tickets coupons. Yeah, it's already becoming popular. I know fast food chains already working on NFTs, discount NFTs. So basically, if you buy their NFT, you have a lifetime discount on every McBurger or I don't know. It sounds strange, but why not? It's cool. And if you have this coupon, you own something, you have an asset, you can lend money on it or borrow money. So it can really become a lot of new possibilities there. Yeah.
How does these NFT swaps work? Like you swap NFT for another NFT or for Ether, or how does it work? I just cannot imagine.
Yeah.
I know how Uniswap works or automated market makers, but I
Yeah.
cannot imagine how this NFT swap thingy works.
Basically, they have a similar liquidity pool, and
What's in the liquidity pool?
yeah, no, just Ether or USDC. So the problem they are solving is that you can sell your NFT immediately. If you want to sell your NFT just right now, you can sell
the
it.
contract needs to know the price of the NFT, no?
Yes, that's something I don't really work on. I don't know. It's not. I just discovered it 2 days ago, but it is a thing and it works already.
I have seen like 5 scam pages built on NFT swaps. So do your research before you use those.
A lot of scam pages, yeah.
It sounds really weird. Like the contract needs to know the price of the NFT. Like how can you swap?
I mean, isn't it something Chainlink can solve? Yeah, you can ask my company. Yeah, and they can also make like a like under predict. If you under predict the price of the NFT, then you are like almost safe.
I pay for myself for my NFT a couple of offers, and I buy from myself my NFT for $1 million.
Yeah.
So practically, I got the transaction history and paid this NFT should worth like $1 million. So I put it as a collateral, and I then again perhaps $1 million, but like $800,000, and then I forget the whole thing. And basically, I got the $1 million and the $800,000. So
Yeah.
what prevents actually it's
I think those kind of liquidity pools and other lending protocols whitelist big projects only. You cannot eliminate this program like totally, but if let's say you have a limit, you list only project what had 10,000 Ether volume, then you need to spend like, if I calculate it correctly, 25 Ether to, no, or maybe more. No, I think it's 25. So to make a lot of transactions on OpenSea, you can do it, but and I think like there are projects what they are doing it.
Maybe there are groups of people that
Yeah.
sit together and are going and say, okay, you buy mine, I buy yours.
Yeah, and like it happened with the big projects too. But for example, I don't really remember, but CryptoPunks, Bored Ape Yacht Club, there were some shady articles I read on the internet. So maybe did that. Maybe, yeah.
I think some of these NFTs websites use some swap codes. I have not tried it yet how it works, but maybe you discuss on Discord, get a swap code, you use both the code, then you can sign it, and there it goes, I guess. But I couldn't find proper descriptions.
So I had a question while talking about the swap. So isn't that the whole point of NFT clubs, or what is your stake on NFT clubs? How do they make money? Do they, let's say I joined with my monkey on the board. So do I just wait for their new NFT drop to then what do I do with my NFT? Do I just wait until all of them, like let's say there's 10,000 of them generated, let's say 9,000 of them already sold, why wouldn't people then buy 1,000 of unsold ones? Why would they buy one? How did they NFT project?
Or what is the best way to make money?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question. Yeah, basically. So yeah, I don't know. There are perspectives. So if you bought a monkey, my first question will be, why did you bought it? And so after that, you have because you want to be swag and show your monkey with your phone to other people. I don't know. Because I think most people buy it because they want to be rich and they think the price will go up forever.
From what I know with the Monkey Club specifically, they created a website where in order to enter, you gotta show with MetaMask that you actually own one of the NFTs. And in order to join most of their Discord servers, you also need to prove that you own one of the NFTs. And they're already doing like extra drops. But
that's an additional value to the NFT. Yes, there are a lot of projects like this. They build communities, and it's a cool thing because there are a lot of rich people. You want to talk with them, and maybe it's worth the price to buy an NFT, to be in a rich club with people who already, made their money, and maybe you find some good ideas there. I don't know. Yeah, basically a new golf club or a virtual golf club. Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so time to mint some NFTs. Cool. I will just sit down because this laptop is really low, but let's change the camera too. Yeah. So I hope everything will be fine right now. I did make a test some weeks ago. So the first thing we will do, we will generate some pictures because we need something to upload. After that, we will write a smart contract, deploy it to Polygon test network, and yeah, let's see what happens. So I'm really lazy, so I will use this software to generate NFTs. The method I will use is I have different layers of images, and I will put them on top of each other randomly. So I can show you. For example, I have some backgrounds. Those are the backgrounds of the image, and I have some birds. I will put those birds on the background, and I also have some drones because I know drones and birds are funny when they meet. So I will put some drones on the images too, and we will generate it automatically with a software. There are a lot of NFTs made like this, like for example, I'm not sure if CryptoPunks, but Bored Ape Yacht Club, I'm pretty sure, Doodles and other projects, they have a lot of layers, a lot of drones and birds or faces or hats or anything, and it's just randomly generated. This is how they generate 10,000 pictures. So yeah, after this, I will start this generator software. You can of course write your own, but there is already one, so why don't use it? I hope it's not a malware. And I will select the folder, and let's generate 10 NFTs. Oh, it's a little bit more. And so just, you see, every time I click the random button, there will be a bird and a drone. Sometimes it looks ugly, sometimes not. And it's basically random. So let's generate 10 NFTs. and it's done. I can show you. We have those images, and we also have metadata here for each of them. And I think the base image is what? Oh, so it's a wrong monitor. So I think the base image will be like the thing I put here, like the address of the image. We need to upload all the images first. Most people or most projects upload to IPFS. Right now, I will use Saya Skynet because right now it's just easier. What's the image? Okay, so right now I used Saya Skynet because I can upload the whole folder really easily. So, so we have the images here, and we just need to change the file name, and then we have the next image. So basically, we uploaded all the. It's really hard to do it like this. So basically, we uploaded all the images, but we also need to upload the metadata. Before that, of course, I need to change all of them. So let's just open. And I need to copy this URL here. So the metadata will, oh no. Yeah. So I need to put the image here. I will just do it manually. But of course, if you have 10,000 images, you can use the software and change the base image link. And yeah. 2 and 8. This is the 5, 5th, and the 4th. Yeah, next time I will use the software. Yeah, that's why you need the base image. Yeah, it automatically generates. Like you can just say this link is the base image, and like this, and just put the name of the picture after.
Let's say if you use like different type of software, you can set up like this bird can only appear in 2% of all the images.
Yes, you can.
And then you can also that's why this NFT is more expensive, because it has like only 2% of the pictures.
Yeah, I didn't talk about rarity. This software can handle it too, but right now, as you can see, I have only common rarity stuff. You can have rare and like extreme rare folders right there, and you can set it.
Smart contract points to the metadata file or to
the
actual image?
To the metadata file. So after you import your folder, you can set those percent. So yeah. But right now, every layer is common. Do we have all? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. So I kind of think our our metadata is correct. So we also upload the metadata. As a folder, and then we just make a smart contract. I won't show like basically the half of the work is just installing tools and stuff. It's actually right there, and I have a contract here. So I will show you how it looks. It's basically an OpenZeppelin contract. I'm using it. Sure. Not sure. Okay, I will also show the OpenZeppelin. I can zoom here. Like, it's just a little bit longer piece of code. It's one implementation of the ERC 721, and I just use it. Most people use it. And so basically I import all of this code into my file, and I just create a mint function. I will call this function every time I mint a new NFT. That's the contract, and what I need to do is go back to the root folder and CMD here, and so I need to compile it. The software will compile my code, and it's already done, and I will deploy this smart contract to the blockchain. So right now I only have it on my computer. I have a deploy script for this. It is just a small JavaScript file. It will basically upload, and so if I run this command, let's hope it works. And yes, the contract is created on the Mumbai network. I can show it in the Explorer. Let's see. So this is the address, and here is our brand new contract. Basically, it has no transactions yet, but it will change very soon. I will keep this page open so you can check back later. And right now I need to change my configuration file. So just for safety, I will cover this. Glad I did. It's really hard to work on two monitors in the different direction. So yeah, I just have a configuration file, and I need to pass the contract address. I can show you basically not the actual configuration, but how it looks like. So yeah, I just entered my private key and the contract address, and so basically I'm ready to mint NFTs. The mint script looks like this. There is a lot of shit I will delete soon, but basically, yeah, that's the code, and there is like a big list of the NFTs I minted. I will change it soon, and I just call the mint NFT function here with a short sleep. So it creates an NFT and waits a second basically, and then creates another one. This is too much right now. We will only mint 10 NFTs, so let's get rid of those. All of those, I mean. What did I remove? And don't forget to change the link because we uploaded a new oh, okay, it's not. So this is the, I actually need the metadata, so no, it downloaded. So one.json should work, right? Yes. So here is our metadata on the SIA Skynet, and I need to put this link right. Actually, it's the same, so I just need to change those to this. Please. Cool. Let's try if it works. Did it open anything? Yes, it did. Cool. So it looks good. Looks good. And right now I can run this piece of code and mint all the NFTs. Okay. It's a Node.js code, so I run Node.js and now we create. I think it works. Yeah, that's a good idea. And here we go. Oh, it's actually just a contract creation, but we have our first mint. I think Polygon explorers are ahead of the blockchain, just like always. They can't keep up the tempo, you know. They made a really fast blockchain, but we cannot sync it, so it is fast, but no one can read. And they are coming in, and that's great. Actually, everything worked until now. Now it is a question if we will see those NFTs on OpenSea, but let's try it. I'm not sure, maybe they have a delay, so I didn't test this part. Whoa, look at this. Nice. The contract is there. That's actually a blame on OpenSea. You can see we have 5 items there, but not yet. So they know we have 5 NFTs, but they don't show them. So I think we just need to wait some minutes, and hopefully just some minutes. And until we wait, actually we were only able to mint 5 NFTs, so the count here is correct because something is crashed. I mean, sometimes it happens. We can try it again. I will just comment out the first or remove the first 5 row like this, and try to mint the remaining NFTs. I hope I won't mint the same NFTs twice. Like, as a developer, I do it a lot of times, accidentally mint the same NFTs, but let's try it. And I can also show you I have an Alchemy account. Like, I'm using Alchemy to broadcast my transactions. I create the transactions in the code and I need to broadcast it to the Ethereum network, and I use a provider, a centralized provider for this, which is Alchemy. And there are the transactions coming in, so yeah. And I think I always open the wrong tab. I have too many tabs. But yeah, so right now we have at least 9 items, and I think I will just, okay, it's 10. So I'm not sure when it will show up on OpenSea, so I think we will just take a break right now, and after Károly will talk about the legal perspective, and if you have any questions, you can ask right now. So, yes?
Why did you choose to deploy them to the Polygon chain?
Yeah. Like the Ethereum main network is just expensive. I could use Rinkeby testnet. I just asked for testnet coins yesterday, so I could use it. Maybe I will try the Rinkeby testnet when until Károly is talking, and yeah, it's like I just need to change 5 characters, so it's all of these Ethereum like blockchains are running the same Solidity code, or actually it's not Solidity what you store on the blockchain, but yeah, they are the same, so they are compatible. That's why you can basically, if you have a project on Ethereum, you can move it to Solana, to Binance, Smart Chain, or anywhere, including Matic. So yeah, let's hold a 10-minute break.